All right, let's talk about making your crypto productive. Today, we are diving deep into how you can turn those digital assets from just sitting there into a real engine for passive income. We're talking about crypto lending. Let's get right into it. So here's the game plan. First up, we're going to cover what crypto lending even is and why you should care. Then, we'll look under the hood at how you actually make money with it. After that, and this is crucial, we'll tackle the high-stakes world of risk, show you how to build your own personal security shield, and then wrap it all up with the big takeaway so you can decide if this is actually for you.
Okay, first things first, let's get that crypto to work. So what is this whole crypto lending thing really? And why has it become such a massive deal for so many investors?
Think about it. You bought some crypto, you're holding it, but what is it doing right now? For a lot of people, the answer is, well, nothing. It's just sitting in a wallet collecting, digital dust. But what if I told you there's a way to put those assets to work without ever having to sell them? This is it right here. At its core, crypto lending is actually pretty simple. You're basically playing the part of the bank. You lend out your crypto to borrowers, and just like a bank, you get paid interest for it. Simple as that. You're turning a static asset into one that generates income.
So now that we know what it is, how does this engine of passive income actually run? Let's pop the hood and see what's going on inside the system. You've basically got two very different roads you can go down here. On one side, you have centralized finance, or CeFi. Think of this as the traditional route. You trust a company to handle everything. But then you have decentralized finance, DeFi, where there is no company at all. It all just runs on automated code, and that code is really the secret sauce.
And that code, well, we call it a smart contract. The best way to think about it is like a super intelligent vending machine for loans. All the rules of the loan are programmed right into it, and it just executes everything automatically when the conditions are met. No bank manager, no loan officer needed. Just pure, impartial code.
So here's what these smart contracts are doing behind the scenes. They automatically lock up the borrower's collateral to secure the loan. Then, they use these cool algorithms to constantly adjust the interest rates based on real-time supply and demand. And here's the most important part for you as the lender. If the borrower's collateral starts to lose too much value, the contract automatically sells it off to protect your money. It's your built-in safety net.
So why are so many people jumping into this? Well, a big report from the Bank for International Settlements absolutely nailed it. They called it a search for yield. I mean, let's be honest, in the traditional finance world, interest rates are often pitifully low. DeFi lending offers the potential for much higher returns, and that's a huge magnet for investors.
But, and this is a big but, high reward almost always comes with high risk. And that brings us to the really serious part of this conversation, the high stakes. We have to be honest here, because jumping into this world without understanding the risks is like walking through a minefield blindfolded.
Generally, the risks fall into three big buckets. You've got market risk, that's just the wild price swings of crypto itself. Then there's platform risk, which is all about the exchange or protocol you're using. And finally, there's user risk. And that one, well, that comes down to you and your own security habits.
And if you think platform risk sounds like some vague, abstract concept, just look at this number. In 2022 alone, $3.8 billion worth of crypto was stolen. A lot of it from platform hacks. The money's very real, and believe me, so is the risk of it vanishing overnight.
And it's not always outside hackers you have to worry about. Sometimes the platform itself is the problem. I mean, we all saw the absolute implosion of FTX. It's a painful lesson. They promised users their funds were safe, but behind the scenes, they were gambling with it. When the company you trust is the risk, you can lose everything. Even the core technology isn't bulletproof. Smart contracts are just lines of code, and code can have bugs. Hackers are always hunting for these little errors, and when they find one, the results can be just catastrophic. It's a tough reminder that even in a so-called decentralized system, things can still go very, very wrong.
Okay, that was a lot of doom and gloom. I get it. So now let's talk about solutions. It's time to build your own personal security shield, because in this space, being prepared is your absolute best defense. You need to burn this phrase into your brain. Not your keys, not your crypto. It's the golden rule. See, if you give a company or a platform your private keys, you're not an owner anymore. You're a creditor. You're just trusting them. True, undeniable ownership means you and only you are in control of those keys.
When it comes to securing your accounts, it's always this trade-off between what's easy and what's secure.
Yeah, multi-step logins are simple, but they're open to attacks like SIM swapping. On the other end of the spectrum, physical security keys are the gold standard for security, but then you've got to manage a whole separate device. There's no perfect answer. You just have to figure out what level of trade-off works for you. Now, for any crypto you plan on holding long-term, nothing, and I mean nothing, beats a cold wallet. This is how you take your assets completely offline, far away from online hackers. So you get a good hardware wallet, you move your funds over, and then, and I really can't stress this enough, you have to secure your backup recovery phrase. Write it down, put it in a fireproof safe. Do not under any circumstances store it on your computer or phone.
And finally, remember that you are the last line of defense. You have to be your own security guard. So learn to spot their red flags. Scammers love to create a fake sense of urgency. Their emails are full of typos. They'll ask for your private keys, which, by the way, you should never, ever share with anyone. And of course, the oldest trick in the book, they promise returns that are just way too good to be true. And if it seems that way, it is, always.
So, we've walked through the exciting potential and the terrifying pitfalls. We've reached the big takeaway. Lender, beware. It's time to put all the pieces together and figure out if this is a game you actually want to play. So here's the bottom line. Crypto lending can absolutely be a powerful way to generate some yield on your assets. But let's be crystal clear about one thing. This is not a savings account. Not even close. This is firmly on the high-risk, high-reward end of the investment spectrum. And really, that's what it all comes down to. You've seen how it works, you know what drives it, and you've seen the very real dangers that come along with it. So now, the only question that matters is the one that only you can answer. Now that you know the risks, is the potential reward worth it to you?